Shabbat shalom, everyone. Come find a seat. We're very excited to be welcoming in this Shabbat as we prepare to gather in our thanks with our holiday of Thanksgiving coming up next week, as we get a chance to unwind from a busy week, a busy season. And tonight, as we get to hear from a very wise young person who is going to be sharing a little bit of her story and a little bit of her Torah, Emma, later in our service tonight. So we're going to begin with Hine Matov. We are on page 10. Please join with us.
Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad.
Before we settle into our service, since there's some new faces here, returning faces here, just want to invite you to turn to someone you don't know, and you can even get up, and to introduce yourself and wish them a Shabbat Shalom.
So tonight, as we gather at this moment, this threshold, this moment of change that each week we're able to experience, I'm reminded of the opening moments of the movie that I don't know if many of you will be seeing it, or have seen it already. But tonight, it's not just Shabbat. It is a momentous holiday. It is the opening of Wicked for Good.
You can join Cantor Haas after services at the movie theater.
Or tomorrow. I don't do nighttime movies because I'll fall asleep. But tomorrow, Lucy and I are going to see Wicked for Good, and we can't wait. Anyways, so if you know the play, if you know the musical, the second half of the show begins with this breathless pause. We come back, we don't know really what's happening. And there's a shimmer in the air and a mixture of longing and possibility, as if the world itself is waiting to see whether broken paths might bend backwards towards one another, and whether estranged hearts might find their way home. Kabbalah teaches that every week we move through a world of scattered sparks, moments of light hidden inside struggle, beauty tucked beneath the weight of ordinary days, and then comes Shabbat. Like a soft curtain rising, it arrives the way a story opens in a darkened theater. Shadows loosening, colors deepening, truth beginning to sing through the cracks. And just as the film begins on the edge of change, friendships are strained and destiny is trembling, so do we enter Shabbat on the edge of transformation. Whatever felt tangled in us, whatever felt divided or weary, begins to shift in the glow of this holy evening. Shabbat whispers that even the hardest parts of our story can find their way back to goodness, back to light, back to the center of who we are yearning to become. So tonight, let the melodies lift us the way a tale lifts its first notes. Let the candles open a doorway between the world we've been carrying and the world we long to return to. Let this Shabbat be our turning point, gentle, luminous, and healing. Welcome, beloved ones. Welcome to Shabbat. May it change us, may it soften us, and guide us for good. Continue with words of goodness on your supplemental sheets, Tov Lehodot. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. On this the day of days, my lips shall sing your praise, for I know that you'll always be here surrounding me. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. My spirit takes release. I close my eyes in peace, and from my soul, heard far above, springs a sound of love. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. I wish to understand the wonders of your hand, and from all the blessings that are mine, rise from your design. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon.
We'll continue Kabbalat Shabbat on pages 20 and 21 with Lecha Dodi. We'll be doing verses 1 and 2 on page 20 and verses 5 and 9 on 21 as we prepare to greet Shabbat in celebration as we would at a wedding with two beloveds coming together in song. So 20 and 21, if this melody is new to you, just try it. This is the best when all of our souls and voices are lifted up together.
Lecha נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ותפארת ולתחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי היא מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה
Top of 21.
התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי. אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבור אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה
Bottom of 21.
בואי ושלום
We rise and face the entrance.
עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה
We'll continue standing and turn to page 28 for our call to worship, the Baruch Hu.
Ya la 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 barechu et Adonai המבורך ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד לעולם ועד יאללה לילה 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 יאללה לילה
This is a reading by Rabbi Reuben Zalman. It's called Twilight People. As the sun sinks and the colors of the day turn, we offer a blessing for the twilight. For twilight is neither day nor night, but in between. We are all twilight people. We can never be fully labeled or defined. We are many identities and loves, many genders and none. We are in between roles at the intersection of histories or between place and place. We are crisscrossed paths of memory and destination, streaks of light swirled together. We're neither day nor night. We are both, neither, and all. May the sacred in-between of this evening suspend our certainties, soften our judgments, and widen our vision. May this in-between light illuminate our way to the God who transcends all categories and definitions. May the in-between people who have come to pray be lifted up into this twilight. We cannot always define. We can always say a blessing. Blessed are you, God of all, who brings on the twilight. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. We join together in words of Shema, page 34.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
In a moment, we're going to be on page 40, Mi Chamocha, and this is our prayer where we reenact the experience of redemption when our people were fleeing from Egypt, fleeing from slavery, and they're in front of the waters, and we always imagine that they just jump right into the waters to go towards their freedom. But we know that that's usually not how it works. That usually when we enter a new phase, usually when we jump into the water, we do it with trepidation. And so there's this poem, it's called Cold Feet, that I think holds this moment of our people and also probably many moments for ourselves so beautifully. They say cold feet are a sign of turning back, the failure of internal will. But I say it can be the other way, the body's anticipation of things to come. Whether demons are nipping at your heels or gnawing within, here's the thing. Settle quietly, close your eyes, then take the most deliberate, deep breath as though it were the very first, God's breath. And when you can feel it penetrate every bit of your being, making the rest of your life possible, you open your eyes and you take that first step out into the sea of reeds. Watered feet are just the price of coming home. We'll join together, Mi Chamocha, page 40.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Who is like you? Who is like you? Who is like you? Adonai. Malechutecha ra'u vanecha bokei ayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam ze Eli anu ve'ameru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Who is like you? Adonai. Who is like you? Who is like you? Who is like you? Adonai.
We're going to move into our nighttime prayer, Hashkivenu. Words can be found on the bottom right of your supplemental pages. And as we move into Shabbat, we imagine God, we imagine whatever you believe is bigger than you, just wrapping us, enveloping us in a shelter of wholeness and peace and love.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'ha'amidenu malkeinu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ah, ah, just got wrong from right. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Our Amidah can be found on page 46. We invite those who are able to please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
48.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zocher Chasei Avot ve'imahot, Umevi Geula livnei v'neihem, Lema'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah.
Page 50.
Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah, Rav lehoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar. Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech memit umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol.
52.
Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, Ukdoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
We'll continue in silence through page 62 for the Amidah, or you can take some time for your own quiet prayer and be seated whenever you're ready.
I live, my God, for each day I live. I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live. For each day I live, my God, for each day I live. I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live. I am gifted by your glory. I am lifted by your love. I am grateful, grateful, every day I live. I am gifted by your glory. I am lifted by your love. I am grateful, grateful, every day I live. For each day I live, my God, for each day I live. I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live.
We have a special treat tonight, which is that we have a guest preacher. One of our LBT high school seniors, Emmetson, is going to be sharing a little bit about her experience this past year in the Union for Reform Judaism's Teens of Color Fellowship. And as our Torah portion reflects on family generations and where we come from, Emma's going to share a little bit about her family and her identities and shed some light on how we might think about ours as well. So Emma, come on up.
Good evening. This week's Torah portion, Toldot, starts by detailing Isaac's family tree, from his father, Abraham, to his wife, Rebekah, and to his sons, Jacob and Esau, who famously fight over Esau's birthright. In Isaac's family, the story of Judaism and the Israelites is both remembered and continued. Isaac carries on Abraham's legacy, Isaac's sons carry on his legacy, and their descendants experience new challenges and triumphs, which we memorialize when we study Torah. Toldot's emphasis on the generations of Isaac invites us to consider how to carry on the memory of those who came before us and how to forge our own paths, which is something that divided Isaac's family as Jacob and Esau fought over the birthright and later over Isaac's blessing. I come from a Chinese Jewish family, and I frequently think about how my different family lines, histories, and cultures make me who I am. My dad is Chinese, and my mom is Ashkenazi Jewish. Growing up in a multicultural household has taught me that identity isn't about choosing one culture over the other, but rather about navigating and eventually embracing the differences between them. There are many ways that these two distinct cultures effortlessly and even joyously combine in my family. For example, our house has both a mezuzah outside the door and a long banner of Chinese calligraphy above the staircase. Our drawers are filled with both dreidels and Shabbat candles and old red envelopes and chopsticks next to the forks and the spoons. We celebrate the new year 3 times with 3 different family dinners on Rosh Hashanah, Lunar New Year, and January 1st. But aside from the more celebratory aspects of being a multicultural teenager, there's also a more difficult side to living with multiple identities every day. The different sides of my family sometimes have differing views about how to best memorialize the past. My Jewish family, which immigrated to the United States around the time of the pogroms, recalls everything. Jews have been ostracized and systematically erased throughout history, so it's necessary to preserve narratives of trauma, perseverance, and injustice. Meanwhile, my Chinese family, which immigrated after the Chinese Civil War, respects the past, derives values from tradition, and tries not to dwell on grief, because why preserve something bad when there is way more good? Each of these lenses I've inherited to view the past and the present have their own merits. Judaism reminds me to uplift the marginalized and to carry on my stories to whoever comes next. And my Chinese family teaches me to search for meaning in the smallest details and to seek comfort in the familiarity of the past. I wouldn't be me without the blend of these perspectives, an unquestionable product of growing up mixed, which inform how I handle challenges, empathize with others, and seek my own unique understanding of the world. So, in the outside world, when others divide my identity into merely half Jewish and half Chinese, I don't feel seen. I've had teachers who suggest I'm not fit to speak about Jewish history or anti-Semitism. Sometimes new friends are surprised to learn I'm Chinese because I look more like my mom than my dad. And I've had other classmates question whether or not I'm a real Jew because I have an Asian last name. It's disheartening when people pick and choose which parts of me to see, choosing to approach my multicultural upbringing with assumptions rather than open-mindedness. These situations create pressure for me to suppress or amplify certain parts of my identity. I've developed a mental switch in different cultural spaces. Like many other multi-ethnic people, I minimize one part of my identity and bolster the other to convince the people around me that my lived experiences are legitimate. When others judge my identity solely by genetic makeup, classifying me, again, as half Chinese and half Jewish, they silo the different components of my identity from each other, implying that the customs, histories, and traditions on each side of my family are incompatible. But this couldn't be farther from the truth, and this mental switch is incredibly damaging. Those differences are the very thing that make me unique and allow me to contribute to new spaces. So they shouldn't be what isolate me from others or invalidate my experiences. These misunderstandings mean that some of the people I interact with don't see my genuine self and all of the beautiful combinations of culture I've grown up surrounded by. Last year, I participated in the Teen Jews of Color Fellowship, which is organized by the Union for Reform Judaism, or the URJ. The URJ is an organization of Reform congregations across North America, including Leobeck Temple. The fellowship was for juniors and seniors in high school who, like me, are Jewish and also identify with a racial minority. Fellows were paired with rabbis of color and adult mentors, creating a community where we could explore, question, and discuss the challenges associated with navigating both Judaism and a distinct racial heritage. Before the fellowship, I struggled to articulate the dissonance between my own sense of self and the limiting perceptions others had about my identity. But while other people's judgments once made me feel divided, this fellowship taught me to articulate my diverse experiences as a source of strength, nuance, and authenticity. Each time the fellowship gathered, we discussed topics that are often discouraged or avoided in other spaces, especially in our present moment, including intersectionality, anti-Semitism, and racism. During these conversations, fellows and mentors shared their experiences of feeling othered in various cultural spaces. Hearing about the different ways they confronted people's preconceived notions about them challenged me to consider how I can amplify my Judaism and my Chinese heritage equally and simultaneously, even when it feels uncomfortable or even impossible. Exploring my own identity through experiences and through this fellowship has taught me that identity is about embracing the and rather than the or. Instead of internalizing my Chinese heritage and Judaism as mutually exclusive, I've realized that my ability to hold these two identities at once is an asset, not a barrier. It's what makes me unique, since no two people reconcile the components of their identity in the same way. When we stop to consider how our friends, family, neighbors, and even strangers have unique backgrounds that no one can replicate, we may realize just how much we have to learn from the people around us. We can't let binaries and the fast pace of today's world eliminate the complexity of our relationships, which are truly a gift. Whether or not we have distinct racial or religious identities, all of us are multifaceted. In addition to our Judaism, our identity might be tied to the moral values we hold, or the work we do at school or in our careers, or our place in our families, or where we come from. I would guess that none of us want to be defined by just a single part of what makes us unique. So, we should avoid defining others by a single part of their identity. As Ted Lasso says, and my dad often requotes, we should be curious, not judgmental. Curiosity is what allows us to dive into nuance. It's what allows us to empathize with others, internalizing their lived experiences and understanding a wider range of perspectives and identities. When we embrace diversity instead of singularity, we secure a complex, rich future that our descendants will be proud of. Thank you.
Thanks, Emma, for sharing, being willing to share your story and your experience and letting it teach all of us about how we can hold complexity and curiosity. So thank you so much.
Amen. So each week we have an opportunity to share the names of those in our lives who are in need of healing, be it of body or of mind or of spirit. So if there's anybody that you're thinking of today, I invite us to share those names out loud so that we can hold all of their names together in our hearts. Start over here. Take all of those names into our hearts as we join together in our Misha Berach. The words can be found in the middle of page 253. Misha Mekor habracha leimotenu
Aleinu can be found on the bottom of 282. We invite you to please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 287. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו
Words to prepare us for Mourner's Kaddish are on page 288. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved, and if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love does not die. People do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. As we recite Kaddish this Shabbat, we especially remember Stuart E. Levin, husband of Joan Levin, father of Anne, Tom, Steph, Steve, and Andy, brother of LBT congregant Myron Levin, brother-in-law of Nancy, uncle of LBT members Laura Gottlieb, Amy Levin, and Steve Levin, whom death has taken from us recently. And we link his name with Julius Adler, Rose Haber Alexander, Howard Axelrod, Paul Bierman, Janice Bernstein, Jack Chernus, Steve Kakavo, Ellen M. Colley, David Dresser, Eve Duboff, Evelyn Ellman, Faye Betty Green, Beatrice Hockman, Sanford Lee Hornig, Mark Kaufman, Yasha Kessler, Florence Lazars, Bennett Lee, Marshall Lichtman, Reba Magid, Sydney Mandelbaum, Morris Mandel, Caroline Fetchheimer Marcus, Doris W. Marks, Marvin Mirisch, Sam Myman, Louis Plotkin, Leah Poster, Pam Ratner, Isidore Reeves, Esther Ross, Minnie Melik Smiler, Sivia Tsibari, Dorothy Wittert, and Sandra Zahn Orek. If there are other names that we should add, or if I mispronounced the name of your loved one, I invite you to share their name out loud at this time. We also think of all of those who have died as innocent victims of violence in a world that together we must help shepherd towards peace. we'll join together as a community in words of Mourner's Kaddish, which can be found on page 294. And if you're able, we'll invite you once again to please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach yirateh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayeh dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yiromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudasha berechu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel V'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memory be a blessing and continue to be a guide to all of us. To close, and they don't know this, but I'm gonna invite back up Emma and her classmates who are here, Asher and Kate and Lucy, to come on up and help lead us in Oseh Shalom. Come on up.
Shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Shabbat shalom.